Hi guys, my name is Nonima Digela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about the Senzo Meyiwa case pertaining accused number one, Muzi Muzawukhulelwa Themba Sibiya, who was taking the stand for the second day as the first witness of the defense in the Meyiwa matter. So you would remember that he told us about his arrest. He first told us about the arrest in 2019, where he was sent home without anything happening. Like a lot happened. Okay, he did not go to court. They just let him go. The next thing that they say that he has a case of DRUG and ammunition and stuff, of which he is denying that one heavy. So accused number one in Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, Muzi Sibiya says he never voluntarily pointed out the scene, the crime scene where the Bafana captain was allegedly killed, claiming police instructed him to do so. He was testifying for a second day at the Pretoria High Court. Sibiya maintained that he had no involvement in the 2014 fatal shooting of Senzo Meyiwa. He and four other accused remain in custody, charged with the murder of the Orlando Pirates goalkeeper who was gunned down while visiting his girlfriend Kelly Khumalo in Vosloorus 11 years ago. As he continued to share his version of events leading up to and during his time in police custody, Sibiya told the court that officers conspired to falsely link him to Meyiwa murder. He alleged that he was assaulted at least on three occasions. At least on three occasions while they were trying to get him to admit to the crime after denying any knowledge of the incident. Sibiya told the court that during the pointing out process, he was coerced by investigators who instructed him on where to point as they look or as they took photographs. He also disputed Lieutenant Colonel Nkosikhona Radebe's testimony delivered earlier during the prosecution's case, which claimed that Sibiya responded to questions during the pointing out. Sibiya denied this, stating that no questions were asked, nor were any answers recorded. He said that on the morning of the 5th of June 2020, police released him from Valeria police station in Pretoria and drove him to the Vosloorus municipal offices. There, he claimed he was again assaulted after refusing to implicate himself. It never happened like that. There are no questions which he asked me or any responses he was recording down on the paper. I don't even remember if I was the one who told him his surname or it was the police officers who told me. He never asked me any questions and I never saw him recording any responses on the paper, he said. He testified that upon arrival, he was told to exit the vehicle and sit on the ground. Officers, including two named Bongani and Mukhane, allegedly instructed him to show them where Meyiwa had died. Sibiya said he told them he didn't know and maintained he had no knowledge of the murder, prompting another assault involving plastic suffocation and physical beating. He added that the same June 5th, 2020 morning, police released him from the Valeria police station in Pretoria, drove him to municipality offices where he was allegedly assaulted again because he was still denying his involvement in the murder of Senzo. I just saw the car we were driving into Vosloorus municipal office yard. That's when they instructed me to come out. I was told, okay. So those are the things that he claims that happened. Sibiya also denies ever giving formal statement to the police regarding the Meyiwa murder. According to police records, Sibiya was later transported to Alberton police station about 71 kilometers from Valeria 4 hours later. At a previous court session during the trial within the trial, Colonel Mhlanganyelwa Mboto testified that he was instructed by lead investigator Brigadier Bongani Gininda to take a statement from Sibiya. Mboto claimed that Sibiya provided personal details which were read back to him before he signed the document. But Sibiya refuted these claims, insisting they were false and that he was never read his rights. He testified that Mboto merely asked if he knew anything about Meyiwa's death. When Sibiya said no, he was instructed to sign the documents without knowing its contents. He said his hands were still tied, and only after officers saw that his wrists were bleeding from the handcuffs did they untie him so he could sign. Sibiya will come back today, which is Wednesday, to finish, to continue with his evidence or testimony. You know what? One of the painful things that I thought, this is such a painful situation, because Usibiya and the interpreter were busy showing the court. It's just that we couldn't see Sibiya. They were showing the court his wrist, 4.ton meters, 1.ton meters, those are serious injuries, meaning that on that day of those injuries, they were still fresh. Mboto continued taking the statement, doing whatever that he was doing, even though the guy was seriously injured. Oh, Amapolisa guys are people to be feared. You can't say here the police, they are going to protect me. They are people to be feared when they are dealing with you in that manner. It's so scary, guys. It is indeed very scary in Dabayama Police. It's not something that we can laugh about. How can Mboto continue to to continue doing this so-called confession? But we are born umuntu limele. Umuntu limele when you continue taking a statement. Sure. Hayi son, that's all I can say. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts when it comes to all of this? Because now I feel like, Usibiya is relieving his pain, his trauma, and no wonder he was like, I'm tired. I think he was frustrated with going back in time and thinking about what had happened to him. No one deserves this, even if they are a criminal. Akekho umuntu nje odeserve ukutreatwa kanje ngamaphoyisa. Hayibo guys. Hayi sana la kunzima eMzansi. Kunzima. Do you guys think that Judge Ratha is good? But I think he was writing things. Do you think Judge Ratha is going, okay, at least he also looked at Sibiya when he was showing his wrist and stuff. I felt like Judge Ratha should have said, okay, hang on, I'm coming there. And go and see these things that Sibiya is talking about. Why am I the only one who felt like he was supposed to do that? I felt like he was supposed to get up and go and check out what is Sibiya showing there, because if we go 2025, something that happened 5 years ago is still showing 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. So it's been 6 years, because no, we are 6 low, 2020, for 2021, it was a year in May. 2022, it was a second year. 2023, it was the 4th year. 2024, no. For 2021, it was the 1st year. 2022, it was the 2nd year. 2023, it was the 3rd year. 2024, so it's been 5 years full with those wrist no, guys, no. Judge Ratha, in my view, he was supposed to get up and go and check out. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to all of this? Let's talk. Comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.